Actress June Lockhart, best known for her unforgettable roles in Lassie and Lost in Space, has passed away at the remarkable age of 100. The news, while expected given her long and full life, still brought an unmistakable wave of sorrow to fans across generations who had grown up watching her on screen. Lockhart died peacefully of natural causes in her Santa Monica, California, home on Thursday evening, surrounded by the love and warmth of her family. According to her family spokesperson, Lyle Gregory, she took her final breath at around 9:20 p.m. local time. People magazine confirmed the sad news, noting that her daughter, June Elizabeth, and her granddaughter, Christiana, were by her side in those final, tender moments. It was a quiet, dignified passing. Exactly the kind of farewell that suited a woman who had graced television screens with both elegance and sincerity for over 7 decades. Born in New York City on June 25, 1925, June Lockhart seemed destined for a life in the arts. Acting wasn't just something she stumbled upon, it was in her blood. Her father, Gene Lockhart, was a respected character actor, playwright, and musician, and her mother, Kathleen Lockhart, was a talented stage and screen actress. The Lockhart household was one filled with creativity, literature, music, and a deep respect for the craft of storytelling. Young June grew up watching rehearsals, hearing discussions about scripts, and witnessing firsthand the magic of performance. By the time she was old enough to read fluently, she already understood the rhythm of dialogue and the subtle nuances of emotional delivery. Her parents encouraged her imagination, but also taught her discipline, a balance that would later become a hallmark of her professional career. At just 8 years old, June Lockhart had her first taste of professional acting when she appeared in a scene at the opera Peter Ibbotson. It wasn't a major role, but the experience left a deep impression on her. She often spoke in later years about how, even as a child, she could feel the energy of the audience, the collective heartbeat of hundreds of people captivated by the unfolding story. That early performance would light a spark that never went out. While other children dreamed of toys or adventures, June dreamed of the stage lights, the camera lens, and the feeling of stepping into someone else's world, even if only for a moment. Her screen debut came not long after. In 1938, June appeared alongside her parents in A Christmas Carol, playing the daughter of Bob Cratchit. The film's success introduced her to the world of cinema and gave her a taste of working on a major production. Critics noticed her, even though her part was small. There was something natural, almost effortless about her presence on screen. She didn't act in the traditional sense, she simply was. That ability to convey truth, empathy, and warmth became her greatest gift as an actress. In the 1940s, she continued to build her film career, appearing in All This and Heaven 2, 1940. Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944. She-Wolf of London, 1946. And Bury Me Dead, 1947. Each role, though different, reflected her growing confidence and versatility. She could play innocent, vulnerable characters just as convincingly as those with mystery or quiet strength. Directors loved her professionalism. She was always on time, always prepared, and treated every role, big or small, with deep respect. But while she earned recognition in film, television became the place where June Lockhart truly found her home. During the 1950s, when television began to dominate American households, she transitioned smoothly from film to the small screen. It was a period of rapid change in entertainment, and not every movie star could make the leap successfully. Yet for June, television offered something she valued deeply: connection. She wasn't just acting for audiences in theaters. She was entering their living rooms. Families invited her into their homes every week, and through that, she became a beloved fixture of American life. Her breakout television role came in Lassie, where she played Ruth Martin, the loving and resilient mother of a young boy named Timmy. The series became an instant classic, symbolizing the wholesome American family ideal of the 1950s and 1960s. June's portrayal of Ruth was both comforting and inspiring. She was the mother everyone wished they had. Kind yet firm, nurturing yet strong. She played the role from 1958 to 1964, leaving behind an indelible mark on television history. Viewers saw not just an actress, but a maternal figure who represented stability, morality, and compassion in a rapidly changing world. When she later took on the role of Maureen Robinson in Lost in Space, 1965-1968. She once again found herself portraying a mother figure, but this time in a completely different setting. Instead of a farm, she was on a spaceship, stranded light years from Earth. The series, though campy by modern standards, captured the imagination of an entire generation. June's character, Maureen, was the emotional anchor of the Robinson family. Even amidst the chaos of space adventures and encounters with alien life, her calm demeanor and motherly wisdom grounded the story. She became a science fiction icon, a symbol of strength, intelligence, and grace under pressure. Fans adored her not just for her beauty or charm, but for her ability to make even the most fantastical situations feel human and real. Throughout her career, Lockhart appeared in an astonishing range of television shows that spanned multiple genres and decades. From Shirley Temple's Storybook and Gunsmoke to Perry Mason, Bewitched, The Man from UNCLE, The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, Petticoat Junction, Happy Days, Magnum P.I., Falcon Crest, Full House, Roseanne, Seventh Heaven, Beverly Hills 90210, and even Grey's Anatomy, her adaptability was unmatched. Few actors could move so seamlessly between drama, comedy, science fiction, and suspense. Each performance carried a certain integrity, as if she never forgot that acting was not just about pretending, but about truthfully reflecting life's emotions. In addition to her screen work, June Lockhart also made her mark on the stage. She performed on Broadway twice, first in For Love or Money, which earned her a Tony Award, and later in the Grand Prize. The Broadway stage, with its immediacy and intimacy, reminded her of her earliest passion. She often said that performing live was the truest form of acting, where there were no second takes, no editing, and no safety net. You had to trust your instincts completely, and she loved that thrill. Her Tony win was especially meaningful. It was a recognition not just of talent, but of dedication, discipline, and endurance. Lockhart's professional accomplishments were remarkable, but her personal life was equally rich and layered. She was twice married, first to Dr. John Maloney, a prominent physician, with whom she had 2 daughters, Anne and June Elizabeth. Her daughter Anne Lockhart followed in her footsteps and became an actress as well, appearing in films and series such as Battlestar Galactica and Knight Rider. The two occasionally appeared together in public, and fans loved seeing the generational bond between them. Though her first marriage ended in divorce, June remained devoted to her family. Her daughters often described her as a mother who was deeply empathetic and encouraging, but also grounded and practical. She taught them resilience, humility, and the importance of maintaining dignity in a business that often tried to strip it away. June's second marriage, to architect John Lindsay, was shorter-lived, but it reflected her continued belief in love and partnership. Even after both marriages ended, she remained optimistic about life, friendship, and human connection. She was known among friends and colleagues as someone who cherished meaningful conversation, loved sharing stories about Hollywood's golden era, and carried herself with timeless grace. Beyond the spotlight, June Lockhart was also deeply involved in humanitarian and advocacy work. She was passionate about education, animal welfare, and space exploration, fitting for someone who had spent years portraying a futuristic space traveler. Her interest in NASA and the American space program wasn't just for show. She attended several space launches and became an unofficial ambassador for women's interest in science. The cast of Lost in Space was often invited to NASA events, and June embraced the opportunity to connect fiction with reality. Astronauts admired her genuine curiosity and the respect she showed for their work. She even received an honorary membership from NASA in recognition of her enthusiasm and contributions to inspiring public interest in space exploration.